Hello folks, I'm Papa Gino. Welcome to Santa Cruz Geology. Want to take you on a little trip around Santa Cruz County, North County mostly, uh, looking at the Santa Margarita sandstone. So let's take a quick look here at the timeline, the geological timeline, and see when that happened and what was going on during that time. So I'll fumble around a little bit here, getting you to look at it. It happened in the late Miocene to, well, cover the whole Miocene. Let's see, where are we here? Santa Margarita sandstone. So some places I've read it started 11.6 and went to 5.3. Other places have said that it started in the early Miocene at 23 million years ago and went to 5.3. So I think I'd rather go with the 11.6 to 5.3. And you can see that because of this line that in some places it overrode the Santa Cruz mudstone, and it was laid down at the same time in different thicknesses at different places, along with the Santa Cruz mudstone being laid down at different times. Now you might wonder what the difference is between sandstone and mudstone. Mudstone is finer, and it's a finer grit and usually darker, at least in this county, a darker rock. So it was a period of uplift with a rapid rise, which probably accounted for the thicker mudstone. The Zayante Fault had mostly ended. The San Andreas was fully functional. There were no redwoods yet. Remember, each half inch on this scale is a million years. So even if we're talking 11.6 to 5.3, that's 6 million years of deposition. 6 million years of sandstone coming off of mountains somewhere and going into a large body of water. Yep, there's the wind. Into a large body of water and being pushed by that water up onto Ben Lomond Mountain. Well, we want to look at the Santa Margarita formation in Santa Cruz County, and it's all this mustard yellow stuff. Goes down to about here, which is right about where the mountains end going into Santa Cruz. There's Mount Herman Road, goes through here. Here's Felton. But it also extends, there's a little bit of it up here, and there's a whole row of it that's got laid down and eroded over the years. And this is Bonny Doon. Here's the ecological preserve is right in here. It comes down here. This is Davenport here, and where I used to work, we used to mine the sandstone here for the cement plant, and we mined the marble here off of Bonny Doon Road. Bonny Doon Road goes up through here. Once again, the pink here is Ben Lomond Mountain. So the Santa Margarita sandstone is 23.5 to 5 million years old. Yeah, let's go look at some. Hi, geology fans. I'm here at the Bonny Doon Ecological Reserve, and I was hoping to be able to show you some of the rock formations that are out here, made of the Santa Margarita formation. But apparently most of the areas I want to go to are closed, especially what we used to call Moon Rocks and Lone Star Peak. So we're up here in Bonny Doon, and over there is the mountains. So I'm gonna see how far I can get there. All of that is Santa Margarita sandstone. Roughly 23.5 million years ago. And let's see if I can get might have to set you down for a second. So let's see, you go in the shade here, maybe you can see it. North is to the top of the phone and south is to the bottom. So that's looking north, east, south. You can see there's fog along the coast. We're not far from the Pacific Ocean, and that direction is west. Put my phone away. The trailhead appears to be over here, so get myself together here. I just brought some water, thinking that I wouldn't have to go far. Oh, I forgot to look at our elevation. We're roughly, I know I'll correct this later, but we're roughly 1,000 feet elevation. So when you think about that, this sandstone at one time was underwater. So we'll see how close I can get over here to this rock formation. And please excuse the heavy breathing. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, when I was a teenager, we climbed all over these hills. And I can see, you know, the ecological part of it. but it's also a fascinating place for people to come and go. Not exactly sure what they're trying to save here. It must be the Bonny Doon blue flag. That's quite an endangered. You more often see the Bonny Doon red flags. Oh, yeah, NIMBYism. So, if you're not from the area, this is Manzanita. Pines. Oh, more blue flags. I haven't been up here in decades, probably since early 80s, maybe the late 70s. There's been some fires come through here. I think the latest fire that went through here was probably about 86, not 86, 2006. That's interesting. Little tiny flowers. Not sure what that is. You can see that it gets kind of wet at sometimes. There's ferns. Lots of fog comes in here. So the Santa Margarita in Scotts Valley, it's one of the big aquifers for the county. It's in some exposed places, it's 430 meters thick. You might wonder where it all came from. Theorized that because of the way it's layered, and on some sides of Ben Lomond Mountain there are mollusks and stuff, and on other sides there's not, so that it was laid down in separate levels of water level, and some of the water was too shallow for the mollusks and stuff to take a foothold and produce. In some places in Scotts Valley, you can find, well, we used to be able to find shark's teeth, and man, come out here, you can see up over there the CZU fire came through here. It's really not going in the direction I thought we were going to go. I might have to just go back and go on the road. Oh, here we go. We're turning that way. Yeah, fire. Hope we don't get any more. So they're theorizing, back to the sandstone. Oh, okay. I got a choice here. I think I want to go left. You are here. Yes, I want to go left. So the Santa Margarita, they theorize that because it's thinner towards the north than it is towards the south, that it was from some type of a mountain or something that came eroded into from the south and was carried by water northward, if that makes sense, somewhere like in the direction of the current Monterey. I'm not sure I subscribe to that theory. There's a lot of distance between Monterey and a great big canyon down there in the middle of the bay for sandstone to get across. But if the selenium block was rotating while the Ben Lomond Mountain was pushing it forward, it could have come from any direction. Who knows? Well, I'm going to shut up for a little while and turn this camera off until I can get hopefully closer to the hill. Oh, here's a burrow in the middle of the trail, and you can see the difference in the color of the weathered sandstone and the freshly exposed sandstone, a yellowish and a gray. Not sure what's made this particular burrow. Looks like humans have wiped out the tracks. Pretty cool though. I'm looking for a better viewpoint over that direction. I might have to backtrack. I can't zoom in, but you can see how close we are. That's the Pacific Ocean right in there. I'm gonna go back a little ways on the trail because they've got the top of the ridge is in between us and the view. So let's go see a better view. Well, this is probably going to be about as close as I can get to the moon rocks. We used to be able to climb up this ridge and go all the way up to the top and then drop down into this saddle, and then we'd come out the saddle and go back. I don't know if my finger can do it, but up here there's like a point up there. There's some really cool rocks up in there. On the other side of that ridge there is it's kind of like a double ridge. Another branch of it goes off in that direction, and down in that canyon, there's a place called Hole in the Rock where there was a wall, and the wall had been there for so long that the bush that grew there had, with the wind, worked its way through the wall, and then there was an opening big enough for 3 people to sit in and look down into the little place next to it, which has a cement slab in it. There used to be a house there. So due to time, we never really went up and looked up in this area, but you can see the gigantic boulders and stuff. They're not erratics. They're all left there from erosion. Erosion probably stopped here between 8 and 5 million years ago. And over on this side, this peak here is what we used to call Lone Star Peak, and we used to climb that, and there used to be a cabin on top of it, and on the western side of it there were some neat rocks to walk around on. One was like a shallow cave, you know, maybe 2.5 feet deep, and you could sit on the ledge and smoke pot and watch the day go by. Yeah, it was great times. And I'm sorry that other people don't get to share those same kind of adventures here. But that's part of the Santa Margarita. One place I probably won't get to go to with the Santa Margarita is, you know, down by Wilder Ranch where they're mining sand down there. That's the Santa Margarita. It's real hazy, but right about there you can see where the mountains for Monterey start cutting down into the ocean. So that's the Santa Margarita Formation in the Bonny Doon Ecological Preserve. I'm here on Ice Cream Grade, and I just stopped to look at this. I wanted to see whether this was granite or sandstone in here. And this all looks to be like a granite conglomerate. And you can see this has got some quartz in it. Maybe this is quartz diorite or granodiorite. I don't know. That's what most of... look at the shine and faces on that. Oh, interesting. There's a little quartz vein right in there. Some bigger quartz up there. Well, I wanted to take a quick walk down to this bigger face. Keep out. Trespassing, loitering. I can't read it. Prohibited by law, probably. Yeah, this looks like more of the same. You see the cleavage planes on this. Does that mean layering? This is marble. I mined enough of this to know. Yeah, that's marble. So, what is this stuff on top of it? Oh, it's soft. It's real soft. I'm going to have to see what's supposed to be conformal over this marble. You can see that it's on a angled trend here. Interesting. Not the Santa Margarita sandstone. Well, here we are in Scotts Valley on Bean Creek Road. And just to get you oriented, that way is north, west, south, east. And to the east, we have Santa Margarita Formation. Now, this spot here, you used to be able to come out here and get sand dollars. And I see that they have put a keep out, no trespassing. I don't know why, probably because of erosion. You can see plenty of people have left their initials and whatnot. Somebody left an image of a sand dollar. So there is that. Get out of the road here. I doubt that I'll be able to see any remains here in the detritus at the bottom. I've gone here myself a few times and dug out sand dollars. It's not hard, but apparently it's unlawful now. Santa Margarita sandstone. 23 to 5 million years old. Let's see, can we see any bits of shell here? Now I wish I'd have kept the ones that I'd saved, but I gave them away. 20 million year old sand dollars. Amazing. But yeah, I can understand why they don't want people going in there. I wonder if, because there's no sign here, if you can go in here. Here's some shale. Yeah, I doubt I'd see any sand dollars hanging out. I don't know any place else in the county. Well, we'll go over to Lockhart Gulch, and Lockhart Gulch used to be a place where you could find shark's teeth, but I think all those days are gone, sadly. It's all overgrown. I don't know what made this spot special for sand dollars. Obviously, it was the depth and temperatures of the water when all this sandstone was formed and deposited, just buried the sand dollars that were there sitting on the ocean floor. I don't want to start digging in here. There are chunks of shale here, though. If I saw one, I'd go get it, but I don't see any. Anyhow. So we're here at 520 feet above sea level. 520 feet above sea level. And I don't know, 20 to 5 million years ago, this was underwater. all of this was underwater, except for, well, even the top of Ben Lomond Mountain, which makes me wonder if Ben Lomond Mountain rotated as it moved up the coast. Is it like a rock rolling down the river? I'll probably never know. Well, I finally made it to Lockhart Gulch, and behind the camera is more of the Santa Margarita sandstone. I'm going to take you up over this hill. I'll go up the road because it's no trespassing again, and that's where we used to be able to get shark's teeth back in the day. Somehow I think it was at that boundary level that you can kind of see here. So I'll turn the camera off and then mosey up there. Well, this is the area where we used to be able to go get shark's teeth. I don't see any evidence of the holes, except there might be one over there that's left. The reason why it got closed was because some guy dug himself a cave and the cave collapsed on him. I don't remember whether he died or not, but it was in the late 70s, early 80s. Now it looks like it's just a dumping ground. But there's a probably Lockhart Creek down in the bottom there that I might try to get down into and take a quick walk along and see if there's any that have just come out. So pretty sure without going up there that that's the Santa Margarita. But I wanted to show you this. This is more of a conglomerate. A lot of pebbles. You can see the pebbles are rounded, which means they've been in some water action. They're larger, so they weren't carried as far by the water from where they eroded out. Yeah. Nobody's driven through here for a while. I'll just look around a little bit, see if I can see any. Oh, see these? These are even larger class. Rounded, so again, they've been in some kind of water wave action. They still feel like sandstone. If you don't know what it looks like, that's poison oak. That looks like a piece of concrete. Well, I'm just going to go up to here. I don't normally get poison oak, but I try to avoid it when I can. See, I would like to see like a sandstone slide, kind of like what we were looking at back there. So here's marble, sandstone, mudstone, granite. Look at the foliation in this. Back past the poison oak. Oh, look, there's a tire. It's actually on a rim. They used to put tires and cars in creek beds to stop the erosion. Who knows, there could be a car underneath the rest of that. What's this? That looks like obsidian, but I don't know for sure. Pretty interesting. Another piece. I'd have to crack one of those open and see what it looks like. I didn't bring my hammer down. If I had a hammer. Just one shark's tooth. Come on, just one shark's tooth. Oh well. That's steep. It's like 85 degrees. I'm not going up there. Oh well, back to my unlocked car. Well, I've driven to Mount Herman and I'm deep inside. If you can find those water tanks on Ridge Way, you can get here. And I'm going up this way and looking for a trail that goes off to the left. This whole hill I'm on is Santa Margarita sandstone. I mean, when you drive from Felton to Scotts Valley to Felton, that both sides are Santa Margarita sandstone. Both sides have, well, what we would consider a giant sand quarries. And I'm trying to get to the overlook for one of them and show you how big this thing really is. So we'll see if I'm successful. That's interesting. I think they have a ropes course around here. I'm wondering if this is my trail. They have something they call the Trail of the Cross. And I believe the cross is on the edge of the sand quarry. Sandhills Habitat Map. No, you are there. No, nothing. Okay, so here's the cross. Here's Left Cross Trail. So I guess if I get in there, I want to look for that. Ooh. It's hot today. My legs are tired already. Hiking in the sand on a hot day. Who thought of this? Okay, well, I'll turn you back on when I get there. I think I'm getting close. No place that way. I don't see anything but fence up here. I hope there's a view. My drone. This is my drone. Oh, another water tank. Here's the cross. Down there is the quarry. That's the sand pit. Santa Margarita Formation, all the way from here over to there. Imagine the number of truckloads that came out of there. Sand that's now spread in cement and cinder block all over Northern California. Let me get away from this fence so I can point some things out to you. If you see that sandstone bluff, that's where we last were. That's Lockhart Gulch. And on the other side of all those houses, up that canyon right behind Lockhart Gulch, is Bean Creek. And that's where the mollusks and sand dollars were. Imagine 23 million years ago, all of this was underwater with successive layers of sand being deposited from who knows where, maybe Ben Lomond Mountain. Ben Lomond Mountain is over there. Town of Felton is right down in there. Boulder Creek is up the valley that way. Over here, this sandstone face is another quarry that was the Lone Star Sand Quarry. And it's probably a third the size of this one. As I understand it, these quarries had their own screening plants which screened out any shark's teeth or bones or sand dollars. Have no idea what ever happened to that stuff. The tall mountain you can see in the back is Loma Prieta. And unless I miss my guess, that little saddle right up there is where Highway 17 goes over. Can you imagine the amount of sand that was here? All of this was exhumed. That means it was above water, above ground 5 million years ago. And everything on top of it got eroded away. Of course, now we know that the Pacific Plate is underneath us. San Andreas Fault runs on, well, it's a zone, and it runs on this side and up the Santa Cruz Mountains. And that started 20 million years ago. Okay, enough for now. I got a long walk back. One more thing that I just looked up while I was resting before they'll walk back to the car. My last stop, I was at 540 feet elevation. Now I'm at 990 feet elevation. So 400 feet higher than where I last was. That's a lot of sandstone. Although it may not have gotten lifted all the same. What a day. So nice and quiet out here. You see some of the red leaves? That's poison oak. Poison oak turns red later in the season. Starts out nice and shiny green. Leaves of 3, let them be. So pretty though. Hi. It's the day after filming all that video, and I just wanted to kind of put an end to it. I know that I talked about how everything was eroded above the exposed Santa Margarita. And I want you to get an idea of what the volume was. The Santa Cruz mudstone was laid down in roughly the same time frame, 2,700 meters thick. Where did all that go? And above the Santa Cruz mudstone is the Purísima Formation, and that was 150 meters thick. Where's all that? It's out in the ocean. It's all offshore. If you look on Google Earth, you can see that there's a big continental shelf there now. And a lot of that eroded during the Ice Age. I mean, the last 8 million years that's eroded. So what's mind-boggling for me is both the volume of the deposition and the erosion, and the time frame. Millions of years and billions of tons. I mean, it's just staggering to try to comprehend. So, Ben Lomond Mountain has been above ground, above water level, for 8 million years. I guess you can erode a lot of stuff in 8 million years. So anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and like and subscribe if you can, if you want to. That's it for number 4, and I'll try to get work on number 5 pretty darn quick here. The COVID knocked me out for a couple of weeks, so that's why there's a gap here between number 3 and number 4. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.